Hi, I'm Byron Beck. I'm backstage at the Portland State University Digital Marketing Conference 2011. I'm here with Tom Bennett with the Dachis group. I think I said it right that time, but we'll see. I'm here to talk to Tom about connecting. And you're doing a lot of connecting through the Connection Project, or what is it?
The Connected Company is part of the Dachis group's three-pronged effort to move into the social space. And so I came and gave a talk last night on the principles of the Connected Company. Essentially, there's a lot of talk here at a digital marketing conference about social and how people can use social to create engagement at a consumer or a B2B level. A lot of that's focused on the outside of the company. It's from the barriers of the company outwards.
Right.
What the Connected Company is about is using a lot of the same social principles, but to look inward for org development. Okay.
Within
the enterprise or the organization itself. So you might take a large company like Procter & Gamble or General Motors or another company like that. How are they using social internally to innovate? Okay.
And that's very hard for organizations or businesses or corporations that are so large and so massive to kind of penetrate that. Mm-hmm. So how do you take what is basically a firewall and burn it down?
Firewalls, there are silos, there are org charts. I mean, all of this stuff fights against the idea of a connected company. Because the connected company is about the open sharing of ideas. It's not owning ideas. Knowledge is not power. Knowledge is sharing. Or sharing is power. You know, there are a lot of new behaviors that are in there.
But that's an interesting point because it's the antithesis of the corporate motto, which is, you know, keep it to yourself. Mm-hmm. Keep company secrets.
Yeah, if I know something and you don't, I have power over you. Right. That's actually becoming an antiquated idea in the world of social. Because if you and I can share and collaborate, the value of something that we create together is 3 times what I can do alone.
So is someone from Apple rolling over in his grave right now because of this? I mean...
Oh, that's a good question. I know that we see Apple as such an innovative company, yet they seem to be so closed. Right. And that is a paradox of our age.
Can you give me an example, just like if you were talking to your kid, how that works and how you've made that happen, how you've opened these large behemoths to the idea of that little Davids can come in here and talk to them?
Well, there are live examples that exist that have existed for 150 years. Mm. Few people know that the average lifespan of a corporation nowadays is only 15 years. Wow. Okay? Companies that have lasted 150 years show all of the aspects that we're talking about. Mm. They have permeable layers. They all know, they have a heart at their center, and everyone kind of understands the brand value.
Would that be like Levi?
Levi's, or you can go back to let's see, IBM, as a company, strangely enough.
I don't think of IBM and think, wow, they're going to share a lot of secrets. I just don't see it.
Well, no, not sharing. I'm not talking about sharing secrets externally, but I'm saying within the bounds of a corporation, basically is the focus or the emphasis on the connections that you and I can make, and then the value that we create together. It's about connective tissue instead of about basically org charts and silos and processes. Right. By focusing simply on processes, you're kind of losing sight of what you're trying to do, which is to serve your customer. Right. Instead, you're serving yourself. And then what we're trying to fight is this massive overhead of management, which will cause companies to basically, they spend so much time serving that management that they don't have time or the energy to innovate.
So it seems like such a seismic shift within these corporations. Mm-hmm. Are they receptive to it, or is it too much change too fast?
It's going to take some time. Okay. And one of the reasons we're at a digital marketing conference is that I believe client-side marketers bear not only the ability but the responsibility to be the person that interprets this internally, from a corporate standpoint. As marketers, we process and move ideas. We work with the abstract concepts in terms of marketing and in terms of communication. We already know this. So instead of looking outward to a prospective audience, we need to look inward to an internal audience and begin to bring those people along.
And what will they get out of that experience?
The experience of doing the Connected Company? Yeah. You know, it's a new way of looking, but actually it's enormously familiar. It's the way society used to be. Right. I believe that business management has been a really crude process in the last 150 years because technology has taught us that there's really a very narrow way to do things. But if we look back, all the way back to the village or the way that we would have related in the town square or a market space, the normal human behaviors are there.
So I'm giving you the opportunity here to name an age. So we had the Ice Age, we had the Stone Age, we had the Iron Age. Mm-hmm. If you could name this age, what would you call it?
Wow. Okay. Well, I don't know if I want to call it the social age. I think I want to call it the connecting age.
The connecting age. I think it's actually a good way to look at what we're all doing, whether we're a corporate executive or whether we're a blogger, the connection age. And I mean, Occupy is a very good example of the connection age. Arab Spring, all these things, not just for corporations, but for everyone. And so I really appreciate you coming and talking to us about it, Tom, at the Dachis
group, yeah.
You have good hair.
Thank you.
I'll talk to you later, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.